eventually.
Mm-hmm. All right, welcome everyone. We're live. Zenith Online Racing officially kicking off Season 8 with the very first meaningful race of the season, the evaluation race. It's where the drivers show up to put in their best laps, and we try to figure out where they belong in our three-tier hierarchy. So, Arbiga back on the mic, and joined once again by my famous partner, GP Colin. Welcome.
How's it going?
Back for Season 8. This is going to be our second season together.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. It's a bit of a dash to get home on a Monday for me now. It's not quite as comfortable as it used to be, but you know, I just enjoy it so much. I think I'd be okay with just putting off dinner for an hour and a half if I have to. As long as I'm home, I'll be broadcasting, put it that way.
Team player.
Yeah. I sleep in a little later now, so I don't mind eating a bit later than I normally do. It's like I don't have to go to bed as early, but anyway. Qualifying.
There we go.
On,
Jack Critics.
Yeah, so that's exactly who I'm with as well.
Okay, cool.
And I didn't know he was first, I just went to him, and I was like, this is a good night to introduce everybody, kind of show everybody the, Arbig is the heart of Zenith Online Racing. I have to agree, Weezus. The Zoom fans in the chat, welcome. But yeah, it's a good night to kind of introduce everybody to the drivers, and you kind of see what everybody's made of. There's no consequences. There's no safety cars, so no damage, no safety car. Everybody just out there putting in their best laps. It's more or less a practice session, but it's just in a race setting.
A glorified practice.
Yeah, basically. So. Oh, and
yeah,
the
Jack
soul.
Pretty.
I'm the heart and the soul.
This is his first season, correct?
I don't know, honestly. I'm not super familiar. I feel like I'd seen the name before, but yeah, I think he did join actually.
Oh, and he went around.
There you go, commentator's
tough corner right there.
Yeah, getting it spun back around. So they updated the handling model today, and a lot of guys are not happy with it or not used to it. Probably a mixture of both. So we're gonna see probably a lot more spins than normal. I think everyone will be thankful that there's no damage tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I was reading somebody complain about understeer. And my few laps earlier today did kind of... I was dealing with that kind of handling issue.
Safety car fans are disappointed, apparently, in the chat.
Well, just stick around for the regular season. You'll see plenty.
Ooh, good one. A zinger from GP early. 5 minutes into Season 8.
Let's see. I'm on board with Zaya here. Is he... and he said it's the first time.
I've actually been on board with Coxie, the other Alfa Romeo. I think Jack Pretty and Coxie are buddies, so they're probably hoping they can get into the same team this season.
Mm-hmm.
Coxie 29.8, so much quicker than Seiya. I do believe Seiya is gone with the no assist now.
Yeah.
I think he had to. He has to race on Monday, so he's doing no assist racing, and you know, big ups to him. He's definitely going to struggle for a week or two, but I think he'll get it. He's a very quick driver, so.
Yeah, I think he has time during the week to get on board and run some laps. So it's one of those things you just need to practice, and it'll come to you. And he is fast, like you said, so it won't take him too long.
Yeah, exactly. And to see that he doesn't have that same planted confidence through the corners at the moment. lifting through Cox and Abbey and stuff like that, running wide. Just doesn't look the same driver, but honestly, like you said, you know, I think it was only a couple days ago he realized he has to go no assist because he can't race any other day. So it's pretty fresh to it still. I tried to warn him. I tried to tell him 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, get practicing. We're going no assist at the top. And it's come back to bite him in the ass.
Well, I can't imagine that he's going to be alone, though. I think, like you said earlier, a lot of guys are going to be trying to figure this out.
Absolutely, yeah. Even today, the handling has changed too. So anything that Sayeh's learned in the past couple days might be very difficult now. Yeah. Might not work the same way that he was used to, and now he's got to relearn again. RC with the quickest time. That's not too shabby from RC.
No.
It's
200 ways faster.
Yeah, it's a fair ways up the board. Zimaglis has set a good lap. I think Zimaglis no assist as well. So I think a lot of these guys running the thing is, if you're running no assist, you're almost certainly going into the no assist group.
Right.
Just because of the the amount of no assist signups. It's kind of basically you're just going to get in for the most part. There's like 5 probably roughly that might have to be placed by pace, but I mean at that point it's up to you if you want to keep learning without assists or put them back on to be competitive, right? You can decide then. Yeah, I think RC going no assist, Zimaglis, T-Money. Funny enough, they are the quickest guys at the moment.
And somebody who is planning on racing Wednesday or Thursday with some sort of assist, they can be out here tonight and they can run with their assists. Is that correct? Or or does everybody here tonight have to be running without assists in this?
If you're racing without assists this season, you should be driving in the evaluation race with whatever assists you're going to use this season coming up. You should be doing the evaluation race with them, because if we're judging your pace with assists and then you go race no assists, I mean, like I said, it's not a huge deal. It's not going to matter that much, but there's going to be a few guys that aren't going to get into the top group, and it's going to be either you sit in reserve or you're racing a tier with assist drivers. So it is somewhat important, you know, that you put up a good representative time if you're going no assists, especially if you're on the cusp of, you know, that top 20.
Right. However, you could be racing tonight with assists if you are somebody that is planning to race with assists. Just you happen to be racing tonight with, which would be typically Monday night is going to be the no assist night.
Yeah, Monday will be no assist. So next Monday we'll be on a no assist race. Drivers that are racing with assist this season can still be here tonight. It's just open. It's just we just want to see your lap times. This week's all about getting everybody's lap times and pace figured out. It's sort of, I think it'd be supplementary. I'm not sure like how weighted it is in the decision, but ultimately like the points are given out for the race, and we want a better season overall. You got to put the best racers together, even if they're, you know, someone who can put down a good lap, very quick lap, might not necessarily have the consistency to actually be a good racer. So we'll figure all that stuff out. We'll take a look at it all and sort it. But generally, like, you know, it's the time trial times I think are sort of the true representation of how quick a driver is, and then we use, you know, I think it's going to be like probably those guys on the margins, the guys they're between tiers is the race pace will help supplement making a decision of where to place them. You know, like maybe the bottom 3 or 4 and the top 3 and 4 in the tier 2 and tier 3 parts.
So I'm on board with Fusions. I don't know if it looks like he's going around again on a hot lap. He just finished one hot lap at 129.6, good enough for 4th, but it appears to me like he's going for it again, so less fuel, he should be able to make some improvement. Brian Scott suddenly 128.5.
Yeah, Brian Scott was really competitive actually in our preseason. Fusions has run wide.
Yeah,
I'm on board with some Mogless now. He kept it on the road. Yeah, Brian Scott was very competitive in the preseason races. If you go back last week and actually the past 2 weeks, we've ran a few races. So Brian Scott was pretty good in those, and I felt like he's going for the no assist group, and I feel like he's actually going to be a fairly competitive driver in there. I can see him being consistently in the points, possibly even top 6. He looks like he's got the consistency to do it.
I think he finished P2 in Tier 2 last season.
Yeah, he belongs in Tier 1, I think. Like he's on another level, really. Oh, there goes the Mogless. Yep.
He had a tremendous toe coming down the back straight, too. I was really looking to... I thought he would really improve significantly on his time. Unfortunate.
Yeah, he had it looked like a really good lap up till then. He just kind of let that car get away from him. Lost it a little bit and just didn't want to lift, so it definitely stepped out hard. Spot up triples.
So, Will General, reset to track. I'm just going to pick on him because resetting to track is not allowed. And maybe some of the new guys are not quite aware of that.
Okay.
So, that is not something that we can do. Too dangerous.
I've got a request to break down what the assists are for the viewers that have no idea. Alright. Well, basically, there's 3 main assists in the F1 game. They help you with your driving. Traction control. So you can have medium traction control or full traction control or none. And obviously with no traction control, you have to be very precise with the throttle. You can't just step on it. You have to be gentle, you have to ease into it, especially through corners and apexes. ABS helps you into the braking zone. So right now, Lil General's about to brake. With ABS on, he'd be able to brake a lot later and sort of just stand on the pedal. He doesn't have to feather it, he doesn't have to trail brake. ABS would help with that. And then there's the racing line, and the racing line comes in 3D. You can have it in the corners only. You can have it in 2D, so it's flat on the track, and it doesn't really look as tacky. But those are the main ones. Am I missing an assist here? Oh, gears as well.
Well, there's, the gears, yeah.
Yeah, gears. You can have automatic gears, or you can shift the gears yourself. And I find that manual gears, it's a lot easier to control the car when braking and cornering. Like downshifting, you can get the rotation you need sometimes without hitting the brakes. So they're all, to an extent, like it depends on your skill level. Like they're helpful when you're learning and you need to, just figure out how to drive the car fast. And then, but over time you'll be quicker without the assist. Like when you have full control over all the aspects of the car and you figure out how to make them all work for you perfectly, that's when you're going to find the most pace. Like the quickest guys will always be with no assists. When those guys,
right.
The guys that are putting up lap times that are a second quicker than everyone else, like for the most part, it's not guaranteed, but
yeah. To expand a little bit on the brake assist, when you go full brake assist, it really just when you're approaching a corner at high speeds, the game, you could be late on the brakes. The game has already started to slow you down. And you can, that'd be full. Mm-hmm. If you go with low, the game, gives you more input, so it'll wait a little longer before it decides to put the brake on for you, help you out. And that also, I think the next drop would be the ABS, right?
Well, hold on. You have brake assist on, not just ABS?
Me?
Yeah.
No. They're together. You have, I can't take away the last brake level.
Yeah, which is no ABS.
Correct.
Okay.
So if I have ABS, it's on the lowest setting of brake assist.
Yeah, there's ABS full, and then they're like low level of ABS or something, right?
I think they call it. You're really testing me now. I think that's, from my recollection, it is they're separate but together. That sounds weird. I'm probably going to confuse everybody, but because I can't take away I cannot go without brake assist and maintain ABS. So it's either I have the lowest setting of brake assist, which incorporates the anti-lock brakes. So,
Right.
Yeah, it might be a little confusing. I'm probably not streamlining my explanation, but
Oh, we got plenty of time.
yeah.
I thought there was a braking assist that the game literally will brake the car if you don't do it.
Yeah.
But
Yep,
I mean,
boy, yeah, you're really making me question myself now. But I do know that I've taken away as much brake assist as I can without, but maintaining the ABS. I wonder.
okay.
I'm
I'm gonna look at it after the race because I feel like
me
there's a
too.
brake assist that's for like beginners. Like you should not be using it once you know how to drive a car. And then there's the ABS.
I think they're incorporated
Okay.
to some degree. I mean, when you think about it, the full brake assist obviously is going to have the ABS as a function with it,
Right. That makes sense.
Meanwhile, on track, Adri, out of nowhere,
This is true. It's not by much though.
and
Like,
Beck.
really quite competitive at the top.
I like seeing Beck and RC up there at the top, or close to the top. Two guys that seem to have a lot of misfortune, unlucky a lot of times, particularly Beck. Unfortunate because he's so fast. He always seems to find himself getting tangled up, whether it's self-inflicted or mostly it's just kind of gets involved by somebody else's mistake.
Got a message, GP.
Shut up.
Put your phone on vibrate while we stream.
My phone's not ringing.
No, I heard the ding.
Um,
Sounded like the guy from Breaking Bad ringing the bell. Ding.
oh, you know what? You're right. Jeez and crow. That's my wife upstairs.
Oh.
What the heck?
What are you doing down there? Talking to those racing guys again?
Yes, Jesus. She knows what I'm doing, damn it.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
that's all right.
You prefer to hear me sip and gulp?
Yeah, I think I'd rather hear you sip a drink
Okay.
than the absurdly loud iPhone ding.
So Jack Pretty here is
Whoa,
really
Coxie. Woo. That was a pretty cool spin. He didn't quite save it, though. Almost saved it.
So hopefully Jack can set a time here. He was the first one out. Ooh, he saved it. There you go. He's got himself a time. And now Jennett. What's up with Jennett?
I think he doesn't need to evaluate, so he doesn't really care.
Ha 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 ha.
He's just here to race.
God love him.
Sam says braking assist is different than ABS. GP, you might want to take a look at your race settings.
I will take a look at that.
Yeah, after the stream, take a look. Maybe you're just calling it brake assist, but it's ABS or something. I don't know. That would slow you down a lot. The game will brake when you don't need to. ABS, on the other hand, is more about the actual brake pedal.
Correct. No, and I totally understand that.
Okay.
I know that they are separate. It's just that for some reason anyhow. Yeah, well, I'll figure that out afterwards. I'll take my lumps.
This car looks dirty.
Everybody.
Well, I mean, if you realize that it's on and you turn it off, honestly, I do think you'll find quite a bit of pace. Like, if it's just ABS and you're just then whatever.
So-
I think a lot of guys are using that.
So here's I'll think before I comment here. But I remember wanting to lose all brake assists but in doing so, I lose the ABS as well. And I wanted to
Right.
maintain ABS because I could not, that was very hard for me to try to figure out. So if I kept the ABS, I had to keep the low brake assist, if that makes any sense. I know they're different. However, what my memory is that when I wanted to lose the final brake assist, ABS went with it.
Yeah.
Am I being crucified?
No. I think you've gotten. I think if you turn off the low brake assist, you can still put ABS on.
Okay.
I think you can like turn off brake assist and then add ABS on, like separately.
Okay.
So definitely look at that.
I will.
It probably, when you turn brake assist off, it probably just shuts the ABS off with it, right?
That's what was happening.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. All right. So Adri's got pole. No surprise there. Very quick driver. Beck right there in second. RC in third. So the European driver's doing well. Brian Scott puts it in fourth. That's a good qualifying from him. He's ahead of Zamoglis. Then we got Rex, T-Money, Clawminator, Bradley, Razorback, Fusions, Little General, Cotsy, Spot Up, Triples. Scroll down here. Say Jack Pretty, and Private. So Say in the chat saying he is something slow, and yeah, it definitely is a struggle for him at the moment. We know he's a quick driver, but he is still adjusting to the lack of assists, and yeah, definitely the practice will come. But next week's race, man. Next week's the first race, so you better put your laps in. Get into a practice lobby, fill up the car, and just drive around. Just get a feel for it.
Yeah, and again, he's not alone. A lot of the guys will be making that leap, I feel. 4 or 5 anyways. Now, when does the season schedule come out?
Probably this week. I think we're just waiting for the final signups just in case there's any close votes, and then we'll put the list out. And we're going to be running basically in order, so it'll be more or less like the real life calendar, just with a few exceptions.
So Bahrain being the first race? Or, like the
It would, yeah. Bahrain would be first if it's there.
Okay, sequential with what the game presents.
Yeah,
track
basically
listing.
like the track calendar in the
Okay.
game and real life, like that order.
Okay.
So, what do we like? Monaco would be like 7th
I think
race,
you
roughly.
I think you guys did that maybe 2 seasons ago. Ran with this basically the order of the game. The way I looked at it, it was how the game was set up. You guys
Right.
basically just went with that. All right, so sunny, no rain, no damage,
Shocking.
and
no,
no safety
somebody
car.
didn't listen.
Uh-oh.
Jet
Somebody
Juice
readied
put
up.
the softs on.
Oh. Ah. Wah, wah, wah.
To be fair, he may have not been expecting the lobby to start. He maybe thought he had a minute or something.
Yeah, let's give him that.
Yeah.
And Janet's on the hards, but he doesn't really need to be evaluated. We already know he's fast.
Poof Rainman. So Puff Digital didn't show up because he doesn't have to. Puff Digital's guaranteed a spot in Tier 1. Finish in the top 10, so he's on vacation with his feet up, smoking butts right now. Doesn't have a worry in the world. He's just going to show up next week and podium. I'm telling you, he'll just be there. He's going to show up and podium.
Is he still on the wheel, or is he reverted back to the controller?
Oh, no. He spent a lot of money on that wheel. There's no way he's going back. Like,
Okay.
yeah,
Good boy.
it was expensive. No. I don't think there's any world in what he would go back. Like, I think he's probably just playing other games for now. I mean, it's a long season. He's got a whole year of this game, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what he's up to, but yeah, definitely, it's a pretty pricey setup to be not using. I would,
Dude,
if I ever, if I ever spent that kind of money on a racing sim, like I would never, I would never go back to the pad, like ever.
Right, that'd
Wouldn't
be
even
crazy,
consider
right?
it. Yeah, it would be silly, you know.
So, do you know what brand wheel he has?
I think he got the Fanatec. He went
Okay.
all in. He went all in.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
ask him about that. I need a new wheel sometime in the not too distant future, and
Ask him about how long it took to get there. He'll love that part. All right, so what the hell is going on here? Taking forever.
Here we go.
Here we go. We got 3, 4, 5 lights are on, and the evaluation race is underway. It looks like a decent start for Beck, but it's not quite good enough. Checking with the cars behind. That's a terrible view.
Yeah, not good.
No. Yeah,
Looks like everybody got through.
Right through the trees there. Yeah. Oh, someone spun. We got contact back there. Ferrari and a Red Bull.
T-Money.
Okay, so
T-Money and Zem.
Not what we're looking for. Also, Private Jetchu on the softs.
Oh,
not what we're looking for.
Another.
Yikes! It looks like this looks like pure chaos back there. There's like cars spinning off in the background, and more join them. Oh man.
And to be fair, I think everybody now has really had to quickly put together a setup. Unless they had already written down, they're not going to have the same setup. But with the upgrade or the update, the handling might be different. So I think all these guys are going to be relearning their setup. Or the handling of their setup.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, the car's full of fuel now, and all they've done is qualifying runs, right?
So nothing's really changed.
There goes back.
Oh, oh!
And RC's collided with him. Is ghosting not on?
And the McLaren.
Nobody's ghosting.
Wow. Uh-oh. Oh, you're right. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, reset the track. Oops.
What the hell? How did he not? He didn't get the memo about ghosting, T-Money. How did he not get the memo about ghosting?
Oh, man.
Don't reset the track with ghosting on. Or off. Oh my god.
Oh, this is pandemonium here. In a bad way.
Yeah, it's a mess. These guys are terribly clumsy right now. It's a good thing this race doesn't count.
Well, by the time we get to Thursday's race, I guess we will have a lot of these little things figured out.
Better hope so.
That's too bad. That was a lot of bumper car action that we don't really want to see.
Yeah, thankfully there's no damage, so you can kind of just coast for a lap, and then really we're looking for pace, so it doesn't really matter like what actually happens to you.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to see you put in good laps.
I think that point was well made in the Discord. Your
Tried
explanation.
to make it.
Yep.
Tried to make it. People don't read though, because we got a guy out on softs.
Well, he's just a private, We got the general behind him. The general got it right, but the private,
Yeah. It's a pretty clever little joke there, GP.
I got some every once in a while.
Yeah, very observant. In
I
general,
do have a question though. So
it takes the private.
We got oh, there goes private. Oh, he saved it. Texas Razorback 92, isn't it? The Arkansas Razorbacks? Or am I just reading that wrong? TX Razorback.
Maybe he's from Texas but likes them?
Good enough for me. So Say suddenly finds himself up in 6th place.
Puff's just getting flamed in the chat here. Everyone's just taking... I wouldn't say they're shots, but they're telling stories about Puff in the chat. And I don't know if they're true or not, so... Puff's not here to defend himself. They're saying all the clever jokes are in the chat. I disagree. Whoa. Coxie, like, kind of hit some Mongols there. I don't know if he meant to do that or not, but...
So, kind of impressive, I'm impressed with the fact that Adri's been able to maintain his gap to Rex behind him. Now, Rex, I think in the chat earlier said that he really was unhappy with the new handling of the cars, which is, I guess it was a handling package, so, you know, maybe he's still trying to figure that out. However, everybody's on the same page, or the same disadvantage, if you will. So, good for Adri, able to stay in front of him.
I'm bored with Jinnit now. He's got RC and Coxie right in front of him. So what happened to RC there?
Not sure. Side by side with Jinnit.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Coxie and Jinnit live relatively close to each other. However, RC is out in Great Britain as well, isn't he?
Technically, yeah. He's Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland, okay. Well, that's Great Britain, right?
I think it is, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think the Republic of Ireland is not part of the UK.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to get into that kind of stuff there.
United Kingdom. Yeah, it is what it is.
Hey, you know, they play a lot of friendlies out there. You know, I find that that's a very positive way to describe having games. Let's have a friendly. Because, you know, if we don't have a friendly, we break out into war.
You're saying that friendly soccer games are keeping everybody from fighting wars? That's
It's
bold.
not working, clearly. It's not working.
Well,
it sounds good.
It's not working for one country.
So, let's see. I want to see what Private is on the sauce. However, he... what position? What am I looking for? Penalties? No. Position change. Position change. So, Private's gone up 3 positions.
I just want to give some credit. I actually kind of want to watch the Seye, actually. He is 9.5 seconds behind the front group, but he is leading the rest of the field here. He's kind of been forced into a race here with no assists, and I mean, he's still, you know, he's ahead of a lot of guys. He didn't make a mistake where it put him all the way down the field. Mind you, he is well off the pace of the front runners, but he's driving pretty smoothly, actually.
Yeah, he's up 9 spots, so yeah, he may be off the pace of the guys in front, but he had to make his way up to this point, so I think he was fortunate. He inherited quite a few spots in that melee that we witnessed approaching the last couple turns. We have somebody in the pits.
Jack Pretty's retired.
Oh no.
Why did he do that?
That's not what you want to do, Jack, in an evaluation race.
Again, this
you
is someone I haven't seen terribly active in the Discord, and
I believe he is new, so
I mean, if you're not very active in the Discord and then you go and retire in the evaluation race, it's like, well, were you not paying attention, or did something come up?
Mm-hmm.
If something comes up, it's like, yeah, it's not that important. You can just race a different night. But
yeah, I think
kind of need to see this stuff, right? Oh well,
right.
We've said multiple times not to retire.
Yeah, well, I mean, given, like, you're suggesting it's possible that he's not been active in the Discord, so maybe he's not fully aware, so
yeah.
On that, in that tone, I guess, just a little heads up that he still has Wednesday and Thursday, and he should make his best effort to attend one of those races and set some laps. Either that or you get thrown into Tier 1. No assist.
No. We put him into Tier 3 if he doesn't seem to listen or pay attention. Go to the bottom and, you know, work your way up if you're good. I'm sure
So
Coxie will let him know. Coxie's usually paying attention, so.
Well, Fusions went a little wide, and Bradley gets by.
Yeah, Bradley's putting in a quiet little drive here, but he's doing a solid job. Check out on the penalties.
So what happened here? Brian Scott has overtaken Rex. Rex have a moment?
Yeah, probably. I would think. I think generally Rex would have pace. Say he's up 9 spots, and like we said, he is off the pace, but he's putting in a solid drive, to be honest. He's doing a lot better than I thought he would. He looked like he was going to struggle with his quality time, and he was saying in the chat he just couldn't stop spinning. So kudos to Say, he's putting in a solid drive so far.
Well, I find that you spend all your practice time making those spin mistakes or incurring all those penalties and whatnot. That's when you want to make them. That's when you learn where you need to be careful when you're in the race. And that's helped me out a lot. I mean, I get a lot of penalties. I make a lot of mistakes in any practice race that I do. However, when I get into the real race, that's how I know, okay, this is an area that I got to be very careful because I keep getting penalties here. So
yeah. Just watching Say, he's holding off spot up triples. We got Quaminator and Zamagos closing, so see if those guys can put up a little bit more of a threat. But Say he's doing a solid job here. He's driving fairly steady, keeping the car behind. I know they're not really meant to be racing, but it is. I think it's this is really good practice for him to race wheel to wheel with somebody with no assist. And I really, honestly, spot up triples. Was that Say
that just spun?
Yeah, it was, but spot up triples tagged him. Say didn't even make a mistake, so.
Okay.
Really impressed with how he's driving so far. He just got tagged, and Triples has backed off to let him through. So
yeah. Hats off to you, Triples. Good job.
Say he just has to remember to take it easy for about half a lap so he doesn't work those tires too hard and spin again. That would put him in a much worse position. So I think it looks like he's starting to find a decent rhythm though. Like he looks measured and in control. So yeah, really positive to see. He was, pretty. He was doubting himself earlier, and I think he's doing a fair job so far. So
up in P6, we got Quaminator, who was racing in Tier 3 last season. And he's up here with a lot of guys that we know are very fast, and he's doing pretty well. He's keeping Zamaglis back there, and obviously he's not making mistakes to drop himself down the order, so a good night for him so far. Let's see. Quaminator's up 2 spots. Yeah, so very solid race from Quaminator. Tier 3 driver last season. Really came on strong, if I remember right, towards the second half, last third of the season.
I love that our evaluation race got 12 viewers. People cool. Turned up tonight to watch the evaluation. I guess it is kind of the official start of the season. The other races were just for fun. I mean, it was good to see everybody, especially the new guys, getting in there mingling with some of our veteran drivers. But yeah, we're back to the official season time. Evaluation race underway.
Yep, these races carry weight. They have a bearing on the season. So.
Oh, that's a very full glass
not a
of
bad
wine.
turnout.
Not a bad turnout at all. Not a bad night to sip some wine either. I hope the guys in the chat, stream team, hope you're sipping some wine.
Stream team.
They're calling themselves. They've made themselves a thing.
So here we are, battle for 8th, 9th. Battle for 8th, we'll say, through to 11th. These guys are all pretty much within DRS of each other, so pretty good battle going on here.
What's happened here? We got Rex and Fusions out. How did that happen?
Coxey's out. Wow. I don't know. How does that happen when there is no damage? They're in the pits and they have retired in the pits.
Doesn't make any sense.
To be honest, I don't think that Rex needed to be racing, nor Fusions, however.
Oh, yeah, that might be true. But
they
no,
finished top.
Weren't they? I
thought they were top 10
Fusions
at Tier
going?
1.
I thought they were going with assists this season.
Oh boy, that's not good for me.
No. Let's see.
So, yeah, with that retirement, that sequence of retirements, our closest battle now is with Jinnit and Seye. Jinnit on the hard, Seye on the mediums.
No love lost here. Hopefully Jinnit keeps it clean. I think Seye's doing a fine job. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure why those guys left.
Yeah, Jinnit. Oh, Jinnit didn't quite get the exit he was looking for. However, yeah, Seye, I forget which race it was last season. Towards the end of the season, remember, Seye was, he was, wow, this is going to be a tight little, okay, Seye box, okay. Seye was able to maintain his lead. He was not using his battery, and was it Brian Scott that was trying to chase him down but could not make any inroads? And whoever that driver was using his battery in vain to try to catch Seye, and Seye was able to hold him back, and he still had almost full battery, 70-80%. Not surprising that Seye can hold some of these other drivers behind him.
Yeah, so Rex is he's decided to retire because he's running a default setup, and he said it's not really showing his pace and it's pointless, so he's going to try and sign up for a run later in the week so he can kind of get himself sorted. I mean, to be fair, a patch came out today on on evaluation race day. I did think it was going to be an issue this morning. I was a little annoyed. It was kind of like, oh really, like everyone's been learning the game and you're going to patch it now, but whatever. It sounds like it's better for the most part.
Yeah, I've had 20 minutes of race track time, so verdict's still out for me. It'll probably take half the season before I can render a verdict.
You've only had 20 minutes, like, since the update today, you mean?
Yes. Yep. Updated, and then I was able to get on, and I ran some laps. And I was telling you earlier, a lot of understeer. It really felt like very weird. I was very uncomfortable. I was very frustrated. And so I feel for these guys if they haven't really had the time. Like if you got the updated and you've been able to practice a little bit through the course of the day, and probably okay. Maybe that's Adri. However, a lot of the guys don't have that opportunity to get home from work, and then you have to load the update, and you're at the mercy of the new handling setup, and you really don't know. You've lost your setup. So, and I don't understand why we would lose our setup. I can understand why time trial times change. Actually, no. I'm going to correct myself. I still had my setup. It just felt like shit. I'm assuming that the handling package that they implemented, ruined the setup that we had before, that we were all comfortable with.
Right. Yeah, a lot of guys are saying the handling is very different. They haven't had a chance to practice, and it sounds like Coxey, Fusions, Rex, all those guys retired for that reason. They just don't feel like they're running representative laps at the moment. So it's fair, though. There's plenty of room to sign up for later in the week, and if things happen in a way where not enough guys are able to get in for evaluations, we can always just add one on like Saturday at noon or something, trying to make up time if we have to. But yeah, it's a week out from the season. They've updated the handling and everybody's setups are wiped. There's no time trial times anymore. Like it's it's kind of like almost a fresh start here, and it's yeah. I can definitely see why these guys think it's pointless, but
so Adria's boxed. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. So Adria's boxed onto the hards. So he's still got the net lead. Once Brian, Scott, and Pluminator box, he has a 2.5 second lead over Janet, who still has to pit. So Adri's really looking good right now.
I think Brian Scott's going to come out in first after his pit stop. He's 28 seconds ahead.
Great point. I didn't pick up on that. And he is in the pits right now. Yeah, well, this is one of the slowest. I think the pit delta here is like 31 seconds.
Yeah, I think he's got Adri covered though. Yeah, I think Brian's going to come out in the lead here. It's going to be close, very close. Look at this.
Now, his tires are going to be cold.
Oh yeah, he's gone very deep, and Adri is going to look around the outside here.
Outside. Play fair, boys. Nice. Well done, Brian.
Brian, let's check the tire information. Brian's tires 1 lap pressure, so Adri, I wouldn't say it was an undercut. He was kind of in the lead, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yep.
So
it was almost an overcut on Brian Scott's part, right?
Yeah, he's struggling right now.
Lingo correct?
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, you're definitely right. Janet might even get him here on these old hards because they're warmed up. Brian Scott on the inside. Whew! That's going to be dicey through there on cold tires. I'd have been...
Yeah.
I'm changing my underwear after that one.
Well, hats off to him again. That's not his place to be fighting crazy. Let's fight another day. So good job on his part, because now he can start focusing on putting some good lap times down and maybe catching Adri. I mean, 1 lap old different tires, 1 lap younger tires on the hards is not a big deal. However, that basically you're on equal tires, so. And so we only have 1 guy left on the mediums, and that's Jetju back in 9th.
Yeah.
Well, we lost Little General.
Well, we're going to have to make Jetju run again because he didn't listen. Well, he's gone soft to medium, and he's probably wondering why everybody else is on hard. It's going like, oh, you idiots. Meanwhile, we have no idea of his relative pace because he's running on completely different tires than everyone else.
Well, Private, you're never going to make Corporal.
Oh, whoa! Janet's lost it. Janet's gone around. Brian Scott did a really good job to avoid him there. Again, ghosting should be on. I don't think ghosting should be off for our races, especially the evaluation races. But at least there's no damage.
Yeah, and Janet's tires can't be at the end of their life. I mean, 14, 15 laps now. That's the hards, I would imagine, go almost 18, 20 laps anyways. So it must have just been a physical, mental error on his part. So Old Bradley, I don't think is this Old Bradley's first season?
I think so. Yep.
Yeah. So good showing for him. And I think Spot Up Triples finished the season in tier. I remember commenting on him, so maybe did he show up and race in tier 1 last season?
No,
towards the
I
end?
think he's just been in our evaluation races. He's been, or
Okay.
sorry, our preseason races. He's been at almost every one of them since he joined the Discord. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So no close battles right now. Everybody's pretty well spread out.
Yeah.
You want
Let's
to
take
talk about
a,
food?
yeah, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know, that salad you were gonna you're holding off on. What dressing we using tonight?
Well, it's one of those like pre-made salads. Comes with it's an everything bagel flavored salad. So it's got like sesame
Sounds
seeds,
good.
poppy seeds. What's the dressing?
A poppy seed dressing, probably?
No,
No?
it's like a creamy, garlicky type dressing,
Damn, now I'm hungry. I probably shouldn't have suggested talking about food.
and a little mini bagel toast in the salad as well instead of croutons.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty delicious. I was just gonna look at lap times actually. Now I don't think I can do screen grabs because I'm streaming.
What do you want to? What do you want? Excuse me. What do you want to know? Uh,
Just looking at everybody's lap times, I'm gonna put them. I'm just gonna show them on the stream.
I wonder if I can come up with them fastest lap now. Well, yeah. I guess if I fastest lap just shows everybody's fastest lap, correct?
Yeah, I'm actually in the
So.
race director.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I'm just going in the race director to like show the lap times on stream, just in case there's
Gotcha.
an issue for like RC and them grabbing the times at the end of the session. Just so there's some record of people's lap times at this stage of the race. You can pause the stream and look at them, right?
Yep.
So I'm just doing that, getting this over with now.
So Brian Scott has, he's been 2.1, 2.2 seconds behind Adrian. He's been holding steady. It seems like the trend is he's closing in on him. However minuscule that may be, it appears as though more often than not we're dealing with a lower number than a higher number.
So just looking at the times, it's probably not a surprise to you at this stage, but the guys down at the bottom end of the order, very inconsistent lap times. They're all over the place, and it obviously makes sense. But the guys at the front, very consistent, running some pretty impressive laps. And these lap times down for these DNF guys really pointless. They're gonna have to do another race anyway, so don't look into that too much. But we got all the guys that are running up at the front and in the midfield and stuff, and we got their laps covered. So
Jinnit is, I think, the last driver to not pit. He still has to box. So if he did box now, it looks like he'd come out in P6.
who's that? Sorry, Bradley or Janet?
No, Jinnit. Jinnit has yet to box.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at the times here. Yeah, he'd come out, I think, I'm sorry, 7th.
The salad I got from Freshco. It's the asked in the chat where the salad came from. Freshco.
Nice.
They have these. What do they have? I can't remember the name of it. But there's all these like pre-made salads next to the Eat Smart salads, and there's like, man, these are the ones I've got. Everything bagel, dill pickle, Caesar, barbecue ranch, avocado ranch. There's like all these different types of salad flavors. There's a Southwest one that's got like tortilla chips and stuff. Just like tons of variety. So I just grab a few of them every week when I go to the grocery store and spread them out over my my week as meals. Part of meals.
Yeah, no, I think a similar idea. My wife will occasionally buy those. They're basically got everything in it. You open up the bag, you dump it, you got the dressing in there, and you might have like the croutons or would you just the nachos or the tortillas? Yeah. So it's all there for you, and they are very, very tasty.
Oh yeah, very good. They're quick too. Like I don't have to mess around with anything. You know, I can just kind of dump it in a bowl and start eating.
So, like I said, Brian Scott is running out of laps, but he is closing in. Whether it's a tenth or two per lap, it's still he's catching Adri.
Yeah, he's doing a fine job. Brian Scott definitely looks like he belongs in the top tier. Adri seems like he's pretty much a lock for that top group. Jinnit we know is in there already. He's secure from last season. Bradley doing a pretty good job as well. He's in a good spot. I don't know if he's running assists or not. Zamoglis, no assists. He's going to be in there. RC as well. So, obviously with the handling changing today, we're not seeing a very close field. Everybody's kind of had their run-ins, I think, with issues. But Ryan is closing in. He's doing a really good job here. And is carrying a penalty, unfortunately. Adri's not. So, Brian's got to get ahead and make up 3 seconds.
I'm really going to be digging deep for this in the memory bank. Jinnit jumped onto the softs. Now, I thought that it was medium hard was the format that we were going with tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. And he had, when he boxed, he did have to serve a 5-second penalty as well. So, very lucky he came out, just under a second ahead of spot up triples.
Yeah, so Jinnit, again, is just here to kind of round out the grid. Like, it doesn't matter what he does. I think he made the... We asked everybody to run medium... Yeah, we asked everybody to run medium hard, and he went hard soft, but Jinnit doesn't have to be here either, so... He's just out here having fun, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. That's why I haven't really addressed it at all. But Private Jetju, he was meant to be trying to run a proper evaluation race here, and he's completely missed the point of it, it seems.
Goofed.
Yeah. We got... Caesar is such a classic. I mean, can you ever go... Like, I've never had a Caesar salad and thought, geez, this sucks. Like, it's just always good. It doesn't matter. It goes with everything. Caesar salad is like it's the salad. Like,
it is a boring salad. It is a good salad, but there's really not much going on in there.
It's the dressing. I think the dressing does it all.
The dressing is awesome for sure.
Yeah, it's the dressing. It doesn't matter what else is in there. It's lettuce covered in delicious sauce and whatever else you feel like throwing in there, and call it a Caesar salad.
Oh no, there are definitely parameters to being able to call it a Caesar salad.
Quaminator having a nice little scrap here, going wheel to wheel.
Ooh,
this is good for spot up triples. He's been here only a few weeks, and he's running in the evaluation race now. And he's done a lot of the preseason races as well, and he's had some issues. He's had some spins, struggled to keep the car on the road, but he's gone side by side with Quaminator here, and he's looking really steady. So I'm glad to see him getting some wheel-to-wheel action here tonight.
So I wanted to promote Beer League, but I'm looking up, and I see Brian Scott is now within a second and a half of Adri. So he's got to be, his eyes got to be really wide open right now and hungry. Not that.
Quaminator's got the move done. Do you see the? I think they've updated this. Have you noticed how the cars are getting dirty through the race?
I did notice that. I didn't know if there was just something that I'd never picked up on before.
I don't think I've ever seen it before, like this noticeable. I was noticing the floors and the side pods. Like
the
lots
side
of
pods,
dirt, like scrapes, little, specks of things. It's almost a little too much. I noticing it on the McLaren first, and then Notice it on a few other cars as well. The Red Bull looks very filthy back there. That I guess it's Brian. No, it wouldn't be Brian. Is it RC lapping these guys? Must be.
Can't be. Wouldn't it be Adri? I don't think.
No, Adri's in an Alpine. That's
okay.
RC, I'm sure. Oh no, it's not RC.
Oh, I see.
It's T-Money.
So Brian Scott's doing a lot right. Either that or Adri is really just, he's saying, you know what, I need to preserve my tires for these last few laps. However, he's letting Brian, if that were the case, Brian is now, you know, within DRS.
You're getting some heat in the chat for calling a Caesar salad boring. Said, throw some grilled chicken or grate some Parmesan.
Well, so my comment is based on what my wife tells me the Caesar salad is. Caesar salad is romaine lettuce, the cheese is geez, I'm not even gonna remember. I'm gonna draw a blank on that.
Is it Parmesan? Is it not grated Parmesan?
I think it's shaved Parmesan.
Yeah. Well, either way, it's Parmesan.
Yeah. And then of course the dressing, and that's pretty much it. And that's why I say it's boring. What
about bacon bits?
I mean,
if you're not putting bacon bits in, is it a Caesar salad? Like those go in there.
Great question. I think that it's probably still a Caesar salad. Again, I'm going by what I've been told is like the official, and my wife watches a lot of cooking channels. However, she is not above.
Coach, my wife watches a lot of cooking channels, so she knows. It's like, that's like saying I watch the news, so I'm a political expert. Like,
good point. Yeah. Well, you know what? I got to kind of go with what she says because I got to live with her.
He's right. It is, according to Weezus, it is shaved bacon and chicken in the Caesar salad. I think you can put a lot of things into a Caesar salad and still call it a Caesar salad. That's the thing. Chicken Caesar wrap. Look at that. You get a chicken Caesar wrap. They literally put Caesar salad in the wrap and with chicken.
Chicken. That. Now we're talking. You start including chicken and bacon as part of the recipe for a Caesar salad. I'm in.
Yeah, me and Puff used to work at the same job for like a year or two, and we would work together quite often. And there was this one grocery store we would hit up, and they had these chicken Caesar salads for like $5.99. Fortino's, Wayne, you know what I'm talking about. So Fortino's, they'd have like it's like a big fridge full of like fruit, salads, all kinds of stuff, and we'd go in there and get these chicken Caesar salads for like $6. And you take it out in your little plastic tray, and then you kind of mix everything in and get it all ready. And I mean, it was like for $6, it was a hell of a lunch.
Yeah.
Very filling, delicious. Like, just you can't go wrong.
I regret to inform you that we missed Brian Scott taking the lead over Adri.
Yeah, he's gone up quite a bit. Is Adri struggling with the tires, maybe, or?
Adri must have had a moment. Something must have happened.
Yeah, I guess so. I want to take a look. I'm hoping we get some good angles of the guys out front. I want to see how their cars look compared. Like, they look a lot cleaner, right?
Well, now you're going to make me look for that.
Like, they don't look as dirty, and I wonder if it's because they've been running in clear air. Like, they're not getting dirt and gravel kicked up at them and stuff like that. Because they do look, like, spotless almost. But if you go further down the field, where guys have been making contact and running close together, their cars are scuffed.
So I'm looking at Private Jet Jew. He's in Ferrari. And, yeah, the sheen is gone. There's, like, little, like, black marks from tire rubber fucking hitting the side pods there. I don't know. Let's go back up to Adri was running up front for so long. It appears that the sheen is still there on his car.
His front wing looks a little dirty, but that's understandable. We got Louis in the chat. Garden salad is boring.
I never said anything about garden salad.
I think he just wants to put his salad take out there for everybody and wants to hear us discuss it. Garden salad? Garden salad's good when you have a lot of vegetables that you need to use up. You kind of throw them all together and you put them in there and then you sprinkle a little vinaigrette on there or something like that. But I will say it is boring because it lacks the kind of like flavor punch that the Caesar salad has. The Caesar salad, as soon as you put Caesar dressing on it, Caesar salad without Caesar dressing, absolute trash, garbage. But as soon as you put the Caesar dressing on it, it severely improves the flavor punch. Like as soon as you bite, you're like, oh, it's so good. Garden salad, I can understand that. You know, you're eating a lot of dry leaves of lettuce when you're having a garden salad.
So be sure to join us next Monday when we start talking about appetizers, other than a salad.
Talking about appetizers, okay. Spring rolls.
So
elite appetizer.
Bigger, this is the last fucking lap. This is the last turn for
it doesn't
the leader.
matter. It doesn't mean anything.
So Brian's well done, Brian
good
Scott.
result for Brian, yeah, and he's covered that penalty off too.
So not bad. I mean, not the preseason races that we were having had a higher attrition rate than we had tonight. You know, I mean, we lost 5 drivers tonight. 1, 2, 6 drivers tonight. I think that last week, weren't we getting like half the field being eliminated?
With DNFs?
Yeah.
Just point something out here, GP. Let me just let's just take a step back for 1 second, okay? So we've got how many guys DNF tonight? 6 out of 18, right? That's about 40% of the field, right?
That's 66% of the field has made it, and
okay, so 33%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 33% are out. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Now, Lil General, Rex, Fusions, Coxie, and Jack Pretty all parked their cars because there is no damage tonight. There is no damage, so the fact that they DNF still, it doesn't really tell us anything. There was a lot of shitty driving tonight. I will say there was some clumsy stuff out there, and if we had damage on, there would have been DNFs.
Particularly at the beginning, that was unfortunate, man.
Yeah, but to be fair, the handling model changed literally today, and a lot of these guys have obviously probably gone to work on a Monday and have come home and jumped into an evaluation race with no prior practice or setup that's even relative. So I can understand why we saw some clumsy stuff tonight for sure.
I would attribute it to that.
Yeah.
Totally. 100%. I mean, these guys are better than that. And what we saw there was just, you know, the Three Stooges basically all in driving in a car. And
yeah. So next week, obviously, it's going to count on Monday. We're going to have the tiers sorted. All the no assist guys going to be racing with one another. And I think we're going to see an actual, like a really good competitive season in Tier 1. So that's going to be next week. Later this week, we've got more evaluation races Wednesday and Thursday. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming those. If you're looking to join me, I think you probably have to race in one of those, right? So
I will be there on Thursday. That's when I signed up for, anyways.
All right. So I could see myself ending up on the stream for Wednesday. Thursday, it's a bit of a maybe. Would like to maybe get our commentators for this upcoming season maybe to kind of get in on their night. You know, get everybody kind of, like, if you're going to be running with a new partner for this season in the commentary booth, you want to make sure that you get some chemistry going with them during this week. So we'll see what's up. I mean, if no one's going to stream them, then I'm around. I'll do it. But
yeah, I'm really hopeful. I was asking around the other night, trying to put a couple of guys on the spot. Hey, you guys going to be streaming? You guys going to be commentating? Sam, I love Sam. kind of put him
Yeah.
on the spot. He was like, and then Asylum, Love Asylum, gave him some props, and he felt like he didn't do a very good job. And I thought, no way, dude, man, you do a great job. I love listening to his commentary. He just he adds a lot of really good stuff. And again, I think that for Asylum, for instance, I mean, if he's paired up with Sam can go. Sam can be talking about the race the whole time, and when he's paired with Asylum is able to like add stuff.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't need to be doing the play-by-play, so to speak, and hopefully that brings him around and says, you know what, I'll do it, and that's how I feel. I mean, you're the commentator, and I just kind of try to.
I wanted to say last week, you don't give yourself enough credit, because it's like I can do this on my own, and I have done it on my own plenty of times, but since you joined me last season, it's a lot better. Like, there's someone that just gets me, and it's easy to have a conversation with you. Everything I divulge into, anything I expand on, you jump right in, you follow, and you expand as well. And I think there's just a really good chemistry between you and I, and that's just from you've been part of this league for a long time, and we've had plenty of interactions where you get to know one another, and it just it's like a natural, like, if we met in real life, I think we'd get along great. Like, it would just be easy for us to sit there and have a drink and chat, and that's what it is, and that's how it translates in the stream. When we get together and we do the commentary, there's just like, it's two friends watching racing, and I think you don't give yourself enough credit sometimes, and I can understand. I think you're still pretty new to commentary, but a guy I work with, I showed the stream to last week, and he was like, man, you guys are great together. Like, you just both have a good voice for it, and you click. Like, you just have this chemistry, and it's something that's hard to think about sometimes when you think, like, I'm putting my voice out there for everybody to listen to, but when you hear over and over from multiple people, you've got a good voice for it. Like, that stuff, you start to believe it after a while, right? And that's something that you're not getting as much, because you're not actually speaking with people that watch your streams afterward, like it's just a chat in the live chat. But the Discord loves us, and plenty of people tune in and watch us broadcast these races every week. So yeah.
Well, thank you very much. I have a blast. And I hope that comes across, because that's I just love it. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that note, you and I will be back here next Monday. Race 1 of Season 8. I will say,
can't wait.
It's not a guarantee yet, but we are looking at Saudi Arabia as the first race of the season. Bahrain potentially dropped off the calendar due to league members voting, which I find a bit of a shock, I have to say. But we could be starting with Saudi Arabia next week. So perhaps we will be racing in Jeddah on the street circuit. It's a fun track. It's fun for racing. It's going to be chaotic for the first race of the season, I think. But you'll be here, I'll be here, and we'll be watching a bunch of guys race in Tier 1, moving to line only this season. So GP and I will be here on the call for that. And Wednesday and Thursday next week, we'll have Tier 2 and Tier 3 assists allowed there. So you will see some stellar racing and some very, very fast drivers in Tier 2 and Tier 3. Later this week, Wednesday, Thursday, we have evaluation races continuing. A few guys from tonight will probably be here Wednesday or Thursday to make up. And anybody who hasn't signed up yet needs to get signed up for one of those races, unless they have spoken to us and we've discussed why you can't be here. So time trial evaluations are due Friday tentatively. For now, we're saying Friday night. I discussed potentially extending that by just one day. We do need to get the Discord, the league sorted in the Discord by Sunday. Everybody needs to know what night they're going to be racing on by Sunday, I think, at the very latest. And because of this patch this week, if guys can't get in representative time trial laps, or maybe need to redo them because the patch has changed things, we may look at extending that for a day, but for now, Friday night, you do need to have those submitted so that we can figure out where to put everybody on the weekend before Monday, which is our first race. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet, and we look forward to seeing you later this week. You maybe hear me again Wednesday, Thursday, possibly one or the other, or both. Depends what kind of availability we have amongst the other commentators. If not, I will be back next Monday with the official Season 8 kickoff of Tier 1. GP Cullen will be with me, and we're going to watch some great racing. And I'm looking forward to Season 8. Brand new game, new handling model, new tiers, new rules, and should be exciting. GP, any last thoughts before we go?
No, I just want to say the same thing. I just want to reiterate what you just said. I'm just so looking forward to it. All the nuances that, you know, the new handling package, new drivers, and the fact that Tier 1 is going to be completely assist free, so to speak. You know, no assists except for the line. Just so much to look forward to. And particularly, I really want to see some of these new drivers. That it seems like we have quite a few new drivers, and yeah, I'm really excited about that. See how these guys can perform with some of these other seasoned guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely something I'm looking forward to as well. Very long season, obviously. We're going to 18 races this season, so what I'm looking forward to seeing is how guys progress. I'm not too concerned about the first race or two, but how guys come into their own as the season progresses. Guys like Seye, who are, you know, going to be racing without assists and have a massive learning curve to master. Those guys, as the season goes on, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do and when they can find that consistency and that pace. And I think that's something that we may not see as many close battles top to bottom, but we might see little chunks of drivers that are battling with each other and looking for good, consistent results.
Yeah, and I'd like to add to that. I totally agree with that. And to all the new drivers that might be watching or listening to this later on, don't let the first couple races really dictate the season, because I mean, it is, like you said, long 18 races, and really it's only 18 races when you think about it. I mean, it may seem like a long time because it's over, you know, so many months. However, it's only 18 races,
right?
And you don't want to let one or two bad races really dictate, or what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want that to be what you
regret at the end of the season.
Yeah, you want to keep going. You might have a bad race or two. Don't give up.
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Keep going.
I think it's going to be a rough start to the season for a few guys, but I think the point is, like you said, you need to figure out a way to erase that and build on it and sort of move forward and continue. Like, look at it as a very long haul. It's something I posted in the Discord a few weeks ago, and it sounded like a lot of people needed to hear it. It's like, you are 2 weeks into this game cycle, and we haven't even started the season yet. Like, you have like a month and a half before you really need to start actually being decent at the game. Like, the first couple of races, you can get away with having a bad night. But as, you know, race 3, 4, 5 come around, you need to start actually putting it together. And it seemed like a lot of guys needed to hear that because they were struggling with the no assists. They were struggling with the new handling. They were feeling, you know, pessimistic about the upcoming season. And it's like, man, you've got a long way to go before, you know, you should admit defeat. Like, we haven't even started a season yet. So yeah,
and the word I was searching for was define. Don't allow the first 2, 3, 4 races, you know. We all have our bad moments, and if it happens towards the middle of the second half of the season, you know, you kind of can shake it off a little bit. But when it happens at the beginning of the season, you might feel as though, like, maybe, geez, you know, this isn't for me, or this is not working.
Right.
I know from experience, don't let those types of things define the rest of the season, because stuff happens out on the track that, you might have the points leader, spin out and crash on his own. The next thing you know, you were third. Now you have a chance to move up. So don't let adversity at the beginning of the season define the whole season for you. Just, trudge through. When I played golf, I'm going to make an analogy, I'm sorry here. When I played golf, when I started playing golf, I counted every single freaking shot, every shot, because I wanted to be able to understand and recognize when I made improvements. If I was going to, I'm not going to count that one and whatever, then I wouldn't really understand or recognize my progression. So same thing with this racing. Don't give up. Keep going, and you will find yourself as you go along. You don't want to quit simply because the first quarter of the season you've had shit luck.
Yeah,
fight
or
through
just
it and
made
keep
a
going.
mistake because you pushed too hard because an opportunity presents itself and you got a little eager. Like very little things like that. It's easy to dwell on those things, but you got to remember again, 18 races this season, 18 races next season. We're looking at a 12-month game cycle here. We're a month in and we're about to start the first season, so there's a long way to go. Still a lot to learn, still a lot to gain, and I'm looking forward to getting into it next week and seeing how things progress over the next month. I think it's going to be a really good season, and I think top to bottom, the no assist tier, I think we're going to see a lot of storylines through that tier as people learn and grow, and through tier 2 and tier 3 we're going to just see some bloody good racing, because everybody who's running an assist is going to be racing in those tiers, and it's going to be very, very competitive. So looking forward to seeing that. We're going to sign off, we're going to call it a night, and we'll be back Wednesday and Thursday with more evaluation races for you. Season 8 kicks off next Monday. I'll be here, GP will be here, and we will go racing. Have a good night.